Hey everybody. I want to update you on the progress we made on the messaging platform. These are all updates going live this week for our team, as well as in the demo account, which I'm in right here. And we've done a lot of work to streamline the interface, make it more obvious and useful for customers and for users. And so to that end, on the left side here, we've done a lot of work to streamline what we call the activity feed. This is everything in the inbox of what's going on. So now we have three main filters that a user can use, which is obviously I'm in the inbox, I'm looking at my own work, right? And so I can see all the messages assigned to me. I can go click on others and see what everybody else is working on within the teams I'm a part of. Or I can click on open and see all the messages available in the teams I'm a part of that are not assigned to somebody yet. And as you notice in the activity feed, it tries to show you the exact last message that came in. So you can see this person chatted with us, this person did SMS, and these people sent emails into the system. I jump back over here and I jump into one of the conversations. You can see here, we've done a lot of work again on that middle section here of trying to make it really obvious what's going on with the customer and what we're doing about this. And so in this case at the top, we have the subject line, which is totally editable. So I can edit this to whatever I want to be when it's relevant to let everybody know kind of what's going on. I can see who the contact is. And then the most obvious action needed is on the right-hand side of this top one. In this case, handoff. Since it's assigned to me, I might want to hand it off to another team member. Otherwise, I can go to this menu and I can go ahead and choose one of the other actions going on here. And you can see here, in the next bar down, we call it the metadata bar in the conversation. This will have different information. In this case, it doesn't know where this person's at, so it says location unknown. It believes the local time for that person is most likely 12:38 p.m. We kind of default to East Coast time right this second, but we'll be making an adjustment in the system later on for that. And then it says the last message from this customer came in about 13 hours ago. On the right side, we're doing some analysis on the customer overall, over the history of the customer to determine what their sentiment is, as well as this new item, which is tasks, which we'll get to in a second. So you can see here real quick, and if I put this away, the reason it exists there is so that if I'm working on a conversation thread here, I can basically go ahead and see real quickly on the right, oh, there's something we have to do for them, and this person doesn't look very happy. Their relationship with us maybe isn't great, so I need to do something more about that. So as you move down the list here, you can see under every single chat, there's an icon that represents the type of message. In this case, these are all chats, web chats that went on. In some cases, there'll be SMS or email also. At the bottom, we streamline the reply editor dramatically. So you can see, again, the type of message I'm going to send back. In this case, I'm going to send an SMS back to them. And there's some business rules which we'll document for people in the near future that explain exactly the business rules. In this case, Marcus started a web chat, but it was 13 hours ago. He happened to verify his phone number with us during kind of verification to get into web chat. So therefore, we know he's not online anymore. So we're going to send a text message to Marcus so that we can reach out to him and let him know, hey, yeah, we're working on the thing you need to do us to do for you. When I'm down here in the reply editor, you'll see some little helps tips at the bottom there. One is if I hit return, I'm just going to send a message. If I hit shift return, I'm going to go ahead and send and archive the message. And then you'll see a little tab icon and a note. And that means that when I'm down here, I can hit tab on the keyboard and it automatically moves me into note mode. I can add a note to this, which is a private internal note in the conversation to let everybody know what's going on, or just to log something that I want everybody to know of. I can hit tab to go right back over to typing a message to send out. Let's move over to the right now and the contact panel. So the contact panel, we've done a little bit of work there too. And you can see here, Marcus Washington. I can see who the contact is, the relevant information. We defaulted to East Coast time. We assume it's 12:38 p.m. right now, local time for them. And if Marcus's contact info matched a customer in our billing system and in the near future in our CRM system, it'll go and try to pull up basically what their company name is or what their account name is with us, as well as the products they may be using. In this case, it's showing the products here that Marcus may be using. The next step down is what we call the intelligence panel. And that is where, again, we're taking sentiment, we're analyzing sentiment and intent on messages we're receiving from the customer. And then we're checking that over time to see, hey, what's going on with them? In this case, this is suggesting Marcus is frustrated. It was last updated 10 hours ago. The next step down is tasks. This is a unique new thing we added, which is the ability to assign tasks to a contact, not to the user, to the contact. And what's unique about that is we allow the team to track what the deliverables are, the promises that are made to the contact throughout conversations they're having. And we want to assign to the contact to ensure that everybody in the team can see what's going on, who needs to do what. And for example, I might have this contact. I might then hand this off to, Michelle, who is going to go and see the task, hey, resolve delivery scheduling conflict with the logistics team, right? And then Michelle will know what to do, and Michelle can check that off, and everybody knows it got done. In current systems, as we mentioned in a previous video, often the system relies on internal notes, it relies on team members snoozing and bringing things back to themselves to remember what to do, or creating an external activity tracker. So we want to kind of add a very basic one in here so everybody can see what's going on. And then also, when anybody in the company pulls up this, they can say, hey, Marcus is frustrated and he's got a task due. Let me see what's going on. Oh, that's what's going on. Maybe I want to intervene and take it over and do something with it, right? So we did all of that work here to make this much more streamlined, and we have a whole bunch of keyboard shortcuts to make things even faster. In this case, let's jump over to the contacts database and talk about that. So in the contacts database, we take all that intent and sentiment data to kind of reveal more information about our customers or contact database, as opposed to having a list of things. And we've spoken about that in a previous video, but we kind of want to walk through it here. And we developed something we call a workflow, where any team member can basically click, see all the upset customers today, right? And what's going on with them. And I can scan this real quick and say, oh, I need to jump in with Kim. And if I want, I can click on this and jump right into Kevin and start talking to Kevin. Or I can start a workflow, which drops me back into the inbox, but in a special mode where I'm only seeing the conversations related to upset customers. So now I can go ahead and just walk through, take care of these if I want, right? And move them on to the next step of what's ever going on with them. And so we believe that's a really unique feature to kind of allow team members and users to really quickly work through things. So we've done all this work. This is what's rolling out this week. Oh, one more thing I forgot. In the upper right corner, we also added the concept of presence. So in this case, you can see what other members of your team are online. And you can also search for team members. You can say, oh, Rachel, and in this case, is a demo account. Rachel hasn't logged in since we updated the demo account. But you can see, oh, Rachel's not online right now, so maybe I can't ask her or hand something off to her, for example, right? Anyway, we hope that you guys enjoy using this, and that's the update coming out this week.